Hi everybody, you had this test recently, so I'm going to explain you how to do the questions. Please check and correct the wrong answers. Right, the first one asks you to find the common factor, which in other words what goes into 27 and 34. That is 27, the highest number. You can do prime factorization as I'm doing and find the common factors. So you can see once it's done, both numbers have three threes in common. So multiply them all, 3 times 3 times 3, you get 27. The next question is on lowest common multiple. To identify it, you can see the word every 24 minutes, every 20 minutes. Let's do multiples of both numbers to find out when they live at the same time. Okay, just add 24 to bus to Ashley every time and 20 minutes to the bus to Bartford. Okay, you will see 120 minutes, which means 2 hours, and add it to the time given, you get 9:30. So if you got this right, well done, excellent. Okay, next question on BIDMAS. So we have to do the multiplication first, and you get 27. And put the brackets, put them between 2 and 1, you will get the right answer. Work out the square of -8. It means you multiply into negatives. Your answer gonna be positive. Next question, you're adding two fractions with different denominators. Make sure they're both out of 15. So let's make an equivalent fraction. Multiply 1/3 by 5 and you get 5/15. And then you can just add your numerators together, which give you 12 out of 15, 12/15. This is on temperatures, on negative numbers. The highest number you see is 3, so London's going to have the highest temperature. Then you work out the difference between Manchester and Edinburgh, -1 and -6. There are 5 degrees between them. You can answer also as -5, but we usually give the answer as a positive for the difference. And between London and Leeds, that's going to be 6 degrees. Right. Question 5, we need to work out fractions. So we can work out 1/3 as dividing by 3, but that's not going to give you a whole number. We can add fractions first. Let's add two fractions together, make them both out of 6. We get half, and then Katie gets the rest. So half of 28 is going to be 14. Cupcakes, 14 pounds. So you go. That's much easier to do if you do that in this order, adding them together and then finding the fractions. So show a 2/3. There are not 3 squares there, just visually divide into 3 parts and shade 2. So in other words, you're getting like 6 shaded squares out of 9, which is the same as 2/3. So 2 minuses next to each other give you a plus. The answer is 4 in the next question. And here we're finding 3/4 of 16. Divide by 4 first and times by 3. So 12. And let's find the square numbers. There are 2 of them. Just pick one, and that will be your answer. Which is larger. So you have 2 types of fraction and decimal. Either change them both into decimals or change them both into fractions, and then you can compare. 4/5 is the right answer here. The next question, we need to find a fraction which is smaller than the given. So again, make them both out of the same number, out of the same denominator. I made them both out of 900, as you see. And then we just find a number between 90 and 100, which is 95 or 96 or 93 out of 900. So long multiplication here. Let's use the long multiplication as I'm doing, starting with 4, multiplying by 4. Then multiplying by 2, shifting the numbers one place to the left, putting 0 in the empty space, adding them all, and I get 7,632. If you don't like this method or you don't know it, use the multiplication grid like I'm doing. Split the numbers into hundreds, tens, and units and multiply them across. You will get 6 answers inside. Add them all together. So you're adding up at the end, and you should get the same answer, which is 7,632. So here we need to find the number between the two numbers. It's like, in other words, we're finding the mean, add them up, divide by how many there are. Here we have them, two of them. So add them up, divide by 2, you get 6. Okay, this is, you should know by heart, 0.5 is 0.2. The 1/5 is the same as 0.2. Don't mistake it with 0.5, because 0.5 means half. So the place value of 7 here is 100, so that it means 7/100. We've got negative index here, index, so negative means we're using the reciprocal of the number. 3 becomes 1/3, and then we're just using positive power. 3 to 4 means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that gives you 81, so the answer is 1/81. And here just do the things in the right order. 12 squared is 144, divide by 1, you get 144 again. Okay, so let's find out how much Kevin earns per hour here. We're just going to divide it. 60 divided by 8. Okay, you'll have remainder here. 7.5. 750. If you're kind of confused with this, just divide, simplify your division, half each number, write it as a fraction, half each number, half again. So just get a nice and simple division to do. You still get 750. Question 14 on the temperatures. Fallen means minus. Minus 2 is the answer here. And find the difference is taking away. Okay, should be 7 there. I'm just going to correct it now. Okay, question 15. How many ropes go into? That's about division. Also, please note there are different units here, so let's change them both into meters, one of them into meters. So 1 kilometer is 1,000, 3 kilometers 3,000, divide by 120. We can simplify this division like I'm doing, just simplify each number and get a nice small number to divide. Divide by 3 each number, 50 over 2, 50 divided by 2, 25 pieces of rope. So well done if you got this right. And question 16 is also on division, because we need to see how many bags can be filled. So we're going to divide 8 by 3/4. So we can show 8 as 8/1 and use the KFC method when we divide two fractions. Keep the first fraction, flip the second, and change the sign for multiply. So you've got two fractions to multiply, multiply numerators together, multiply the denominators together. So you get 32 divided by 3, that is 10 and 2 remaining. So we're going to go for 10. 10 bags can be filled fully. And the last question, 40 as a fraction of 20. You can use the second method. We can show 3/4 as 0.75 and use like this. So if you use this method, well done, great. But in any way, you can use any method you feel comfortable with. Make sure you get 10 here, 10 bags. This is 40/200. Very simple, the last question. You don't have to simplify your fraction. I hope you found the video useful. Here you can watch it again without me talking.